Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra, 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 Gaurachandra. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gauranga, Vishvambara, 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 Gora Chandra, Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Woo, okay. Woo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Is this wonderful or what? Are you picking up on this? Tuka, welcome back, my friend. All right. Hanging in there. That's it. Just whatever it takes, man. Just this is the most rarest thing in the world. This what we have to, what we're carrying here is a very big baby, huge, oversized. Takes a lot of swans to carry this baby. Let's see, where were we? Let's see. Ah, yes, 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 yes. This is Madhya Lila, chapter 9 in Chaitanya Charitamrita. After visiting the Jaya Srila Prabhupada, yeah, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktavrinda. After finishing his lunch there, this text 23, after finishing his lunch there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the Brahmin, "My dear friend, kindly tell me, what is your position now? Formerly you were constantly chanting the holy name of Lord Ram. Why are you now constantly chanting the holy name of Krishna?" The Brahmana replied, "This is all due to your influence, sir. After seeing you, I have lost my lifelong practice." Yeah. Okay, Jan, if he's not muted, I'm going to knock him down because I'm kind of really inspired and I don't want to be dealing with a lot of stuff. So, muting microphones, either he can do it or not. So just let him know, no offense. Yeah. Yeah. Formerly, you were constantly, oh, yeah. This is all due to your influence. After seeing you, I lost my lifelong practice. You see why the Lord has to come or his devotees have to come. That's why the Lord actually had to come to the devotee, because we get the relationship, we get the entrance. The door is the devotee. See, it's their personal relationship with that mantra, chanting it in ecstasy, that's passed on to others. There's no other practical way to do it. Okay? This is why the Lord gave the gift of prema, because he was expressing that relationship and passed it, that energy on, that shakti, that bhakti on to others. And there's no other practical way. That bestows relationship. See, but you got to get the message. Like Lalita was giving class this morning, talking about people, they call her witch and demons and all that, and they're not hearing. They are hearing you. It says bringing things out of them, see, so that the relationship can be bestowed. There's no room for it right now. These demons have to come out of people. See, this is the thing. So that this relationship can be bestowed upon people. That's why Jesus said, "I'm the door." See, the door is the relationship with God. He had it. That's why you need a living person, man. This is why it doesn't work with the Ritvix or even the living dead gurus. If you don't have this relationship with the name, that's why it's so like a. If you come here, it becomes a no-brainer. Oh, of course. Of course, the name of Krishna is not different than Krishna. We need to see some love of Krishna. Where's the love of the mantra? Of course. Oh, of course, a person isn't really representing Vrindavan if they not have a relationship with that name, an ecstatic relationship like the residents have an ecstatic relationship with Krishna. How do we prove somebody has a relationship with Krishna Vrindavan unless we have some standard like that? You got to see. How do we know prema is being bestowed again? Well, you got to see that people are getting it from a real guru. That's why people could say, "Gaur, you're a sahaja." Well, what am I passing on this sahajaness to everybody? All of a sudden, they're chanting in ecstasy too. See? It's this relationship. Do, sir, it's because of your influence. See, Lordship, what is that influence? He was chanting Hare Krishna in ecstasy. He was in the mood of a devotee from Vrindavan. See, and this person was already purified. See, he'd been listening to Lord Ram, 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 24 hours a day, getting happiness. He was already in a liberated position. So for him, it was very easy to get this. See? You see, the forte of our work, we're taking Vaidhi Bhaktas. All you have to do is just say, "Okay, I'm polluted, man. I am polluted. Let me come and listen to this vibration and get purified." Because without this purification, you will stay a Vaidhi. You will not progress. You have to hear from this vibration, from a devotee who chants this name in ecstasy. This is what we've proven. This is why you could see people on the level of Vaidhi come right up just because they agree to listen Just like Jesus said, they were raised to the level like Jesus because of the sound of Jesus's voice. He said, "You are clean by the word I have spoken to you." See, where would that cleanliness have been for those disciples if Jesus wasn't there or didn't speak to them? They would have been in the same place that they were. Just like the Vaidhi Bhaktas, because they don't listen here or they can't listen to the confidential good news message, they will remain as they are. But we're not allowing them because I'm speaking, I'm forcing the crap out of them. Jesus forced the crap out of people too. That's what he did. That's why he spoke. Otherwise, it'd be like a Prabhupada thing or a Bhakti Siddhanta. They kept, they didn't force everything out of people because they didn't give them this message, did they? They didn't give the message, oh, by the way, hey man, we're distributing prema everywhere. Because then there would be whoever would listen to Prabhupada's message, they would have got prema. But they'd have to go through this purification, and they weren't ready for that. You know how heavy it can be, how intense it can be. You need to want Krishna. That's why you follow those rules and regulations and strict followings or whatever you're doing out there until you develop a desire to attain Krishna, to pass the baptism by fire here for most. No, but I mean, isn't that why Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, "Oh, you can't worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. Oh, you can't take being around those who worship the Lord in loving ecstasy." Well, follow the rules and regulations until you develop a desire to attain me, and then you'll stick it out when the fire gets hot here, right? You see, Lalita went through it. You see, Rivers going through it. Look at the result. Pretty good, huh? And anybody else goes through it. But not everybody has to. Some people, they come here, maybe they did it in a past life. They just come here and say, wow, I'm just going, psh. Some more or less, some, whatever there, everybody's going to go through something. Some more, some less. So this is the place to be for it. See, due to your influence, and see how easy it was for him. He just started saying Krishna, Krishna, and ecstasy because he was already purified by listening to the word Ram, Ram, Ram. You don't know, in other lives he was probably worshiping Lord Ram, in ecstasy, and they just carried it forward, and then he meets Lord Caitanya, goes right there. There's like some devotees here; they pretty go right there. But everybody can. This message is for everybody. It's wonderful. This is the message. This is empowered by the book Bhagavat, man. It's powered by the book Bhagavat, the truth, the Bhagavan book. Yeah. The highest truth here is reality. The highest reality is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's the highest reality. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. That's the highest reality, and the highest reality is attained here. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is love for Radha and Krishna. And that's attained here through the representative of that. Distinguished from illusion. All these other slow, bogus paths. Let's just call them all bogies, man. Just come here and get the mercy. There's no need to follow anything else. Unless in your heart, you just cannot get this, well, what can be done? I'm still going to preach this way. This is the best path for everybody. It's Bhagavatam, man. It is so Bhagavatam, highest truth, reality. Highest reality is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya for everybody. Even dog. If a dog can take to this, that means every human being can take to it, right? Does that make sense to anybody? Don't tell me there's all these other paths and all these other gurus. There is nothing that compares to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the avatar for this age of Kali, who comes once every 28th Divya Yuga, which is 4,320,000,000 years. There's no excuse to follow any other path. But if you just still have to, well, what can be done? But I'm still not going to budge from this. Everybody, if a dog can take to this and become Krishna conscious like Shivananda Sain's dog, well, you just come here, pray to become a dog so that maybe a dog will just be lucky to get a Vaishnava like, that's an associate of Lord Chaitanya to be their master. Because, if human beings refuse to it, better to be born a dog in the house of an associate of Lord Chaitanya. Does that make sense to anybody? I'd be taking millions of dogs' bodies if I could be an associate of Lord Chaitanya. Forget about even being a human being. If I'm a human being and I won't take this mercy that's being so freely talked about, discussed, and distributed here, let me be a dog born in an associate of Lord Chaitanya Singh, because I'm guaranteed to go back to Godhead. So every human being can take to the mercy of Lord. No excuses. No cloak for your sins and your ideas. You've been listening to too many of these other gurus say they're giving too much honor to these other. I don't give any honor to them now. No, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya should be honored by the whole universe because he came once in a blue moon, giving the best of the best to the lowest of the lowest and to the highest here in the universe. Whoever, it doesn't matter. Whoever will just take the mercy will get it. That mercy is being distributed here. If anybody just bends their knee to this preaching and this truth and this ecstasy, boom, you're on the real train. You're on the boat, man, speedboat. No excuses now. No cloaks for your sins. The sin is unbelief in this mercy. Didn't Jesus say at that time, 2,000 years ago, he said, the only sin, I love this statement, I got it. The only sin was unbelief. Because when I got that book, I believed instantly and all sins were gone and I was in the kingdom. And when I read that statement, he said, you're absolutely right. And the only sin here will remain is unbelief in this preaching, because this preaching is very true and very real and most powerful of all. Narayan Maharaj's preaching is diddly squat compared to this merciful preaching. I just tell you like it is. So don't think that is more. What's more powerful is that where is love of God being distributed profusely, easily, practically. See? Unbelief. That's the only sin that'll remain in your chanting is unbelief in this preaching. That's what you see. People have to go through, well, I don't know. I don't know. Is Gaur Hari, is he really that? Or I don't know. Maybe not. You might go through 6 months of that. I don't know. 6 years, maybe 20 years. I don't know. But when you become, like, hey, man, this is it, man. Gohari, you are empowered by the Lord, and even your disciples are empowered by the Lord, man. You are the star team on this planet, man. Your team members are the ones to hang out with, man. And you're making more team members. When you are like that, boom, boom, boom. Vrindavan for you. But if you're just still doubtful, well, I mean, you come here, we'll give you a chance. I don't want any blind believers. That's for these other gurus out there. You want to be a blind believer? Go follow them. Go follow blind leaders who are blind to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Go follow Narayan Maharaj, the many lifetime preacher, for prema, who is blind to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, doesn't believe in it, right? You did, oh no, there's no way you can get this. Well, go ahead and croak your messages out here. This is the best. This one works. This is the prototype the whole universe will take to. This is the same as what was here 550 years ago. The demigods came to get this mercy. Why wouldn't they come here and get it again? Where do you see this distributed? Yeah, I'm tooting Lord Chaitanya's horn now. It's time. Honk, honk. Anybody hear the horn? Honk. Everything is being revealed now, man. You see all the demons are coming out. You see who you've been worshiping. You see how they've been screwing you from the beginning, poisoning your food, poisoning you. You go to the dentist, they poison the stuff they put in your teeth. Poison, 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 you know, dumb you down. Now people are starting to see that. Poison in your arms. People are dying like flies now. All because you believed in demons. Okay? And then you got the demigods, and they're speculators too. But the truth will set you free. You show me any truth more than this, man. The highest truth is what Lord Caitanya came to bring here, man. The highest reality is the mercy of Lord Caitanya, which you can get here. And the only place I've really seen it, because nobody's come, even that guru, he's pretty, he's nice, he likes her stuff, but still, he's preaching these other, giving too much respect to these other paths. That's another level of preaching. That's not the this not the associates of the Lord don't preach like that. No, they know the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. They know that every one of those gurus he mentions should be here. Why are you dicking around with karma, mishra, bhakti, or your speculations of the difference between Shuddha bhakti and prema bhaktis and all these things? All these speculations. Even good, these people they get disciples and everything. Everyone should come and get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and become supremely intelligent like my disciples. It's so nice to see River. She reads my things. First person practically that reads my things and can partake of the enjoying. For years I've been writing and everybody throwing up on this stuff. Can't understand the beauty of these things that they're dictated by Krishna, just like Prabhupada's books. When I write these things, I'm amazed myself. They're so beautiful, so cleansing. I read them over and over again myself, just like I read Prabhupada's books. See, that's being used by Krishna. That's happening here. I don't glory in my ability. I glory in the ability of Krishna. I glory in his mercy. Thank you, Lord Chaitanya, for bestowing my mercy upon me where I can do something, a little something for your glory in this world, which is the only meaning of anyone advancing in spiritual life. Didn't Krishna Das Kaviraj write? Lord Chaitanya is the only meaning for anyone advancing in spiritual life. See, that's what they realize. I'm preaching what they realized 550 years ago. And therefore, love of God was given just by that word, that dispensation of that truth, of that mercy of Lord Chaitanya. It's a fact, man. It ain't no blind belief here. People are getting it. Hare Krishna. What do we got here? The Brahmana replied, "This is all due to your influence, sir. After seeing you, I have lost my lifelong practice. From childhood, I have been chanting the holy name of Lord Ramachandra, but upon seeing you, I chanted the holy name of Lord Krishna just once. Since then, the holy name of Lord Krishna has been tightly fixed to my tongue. Indeed, since I have been chanting the holy name of Krishna, the holy name of Lord Ramachandra has gone far, far away." See how Fanley it says, wow, I'm just spontaneously chanting. You see how she expresses herself like a real devotee that's gotten the mercy. See? This is the kind of preaching Jesus was saying to his devotees. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for they shall see the kingdom of God, or whatever Oh, they'll inherit the earth. See. See, and that's the thing. See, the poor in spirit. If you hear this message, you'll inherit the earth. You'll be here probably. Can't say for sure, but you'll inherit the earth. You see, people are being taken off the earth. See, they believe in these other authorities who are taking them out, the depopulation now. See, but if you are poor in spirit, you're not spirited, and you listen to this good news, you'll inherit. You'll probably be here for at least for a while. Of course, we don't live that long, less than 100 years now. So it'll be part of the inheritance because the Lord would love to use people as His representatives here, so they can deliver people. Isn't it? That's the only meaning to be here. There's no other meaning other than to relish bhakti while we're here and to distribute that mercy to others and deliver them out of this illusion. This is a dark place. Nothing but darkness. Everywhere you look is darkness. The devotees, ye are the light of the world. Why? Because you carry the Lord. You carry that potency. The people are in darkness. And why, I go and chant. You could see a lot of people some people are just, and then a lot of people are getting it now. It's, oh, wow, they start to smile and all this. Because, wow, it's like a little light is peeked into their worlds. The holy name chanted by an ecstatic devotee. That's the only benefit to this planet, really. Yeah, everything's dark here. Modes of nature. Just everything's churning around the modes: passion, goodness, ignorance, parents, and they're just going around and around like a merry-go-round. That's the cycle of birth and death. The modes of nature keep it perpetuated. Even if you become a really good person, still you're not out. You become a really good person, you become a demigod, and you enjoy up there, and you have a bit of a false ego still. You get maybe some people respect you like they do here. People respect people in the mode of goodness, and then you get a big false ego there, and then you exhaust your piety, and then boom, back down on the earth again. A merry-go-round. Unless you meet a Vaishnava, a person who has realized what's beyond this whole universe. Okay? And now you're good for it. Now you know what. Now you know what real piety is. Now you know what real good fortune is. Is just seeing that person from another universe, not from another planet, even another universe. The true universe, the three-fourths of the Lord's manifestation. The eternal manifestation that lasts forever. That's why you got to hear the words of such devotees. Their words are eternal, man. You think there's any different than Jesus Christ's words? Same thing. He said, my words are spirit, man. How do you know that a person's words are spirit, man? You become enlivened by those words. So your spirit becomes enlivened, awakened. That's why people are so polluted. That's why first you got to get the demons out of them. Just all a devotee does is just speak, right, and all the demons just come. You know, what are you going to do, man? It's part of the purification. Uh, Gohari Das is Mike Tyson preacher. Yeah, that's right, Mike Tyson. Nah, Muhammad Ali. More flashy, on the thing. Doing the little steps. He used to do the funny steps. Play around in the ring. Yeah. Since then, the holy name of Lord Krishna has been tightly fixed on my tongue. See, simply by association. That's why, if you're not teaching this, if you're not a person that can transfer this attachment, what the heck is it? What are you doing now? That's what it's all about. That's what Krishna consciousness is all about. I'm just telling you the birds and the bees. It's not about following rules and having gurus who just follow rules, and are attached to rules. You got to be attached to the Krishna. Krishna is transcendental. If you're really attached to Krishna, you are enlivened. You have energy. You have potency. You have the spotlessly pure one working through you. He is the life of the world, man. Krishna spoke his word, the word spoken by the devotee. That's the one who has attained that union with Krishna, with God. That word is the word of God. See, the word of that God, not the word of Lucifer coming from Bill Gates. He's speaking words too, right? Blah, yeah. Actually, I'm trying to knock you off, man. But I just want to help you, keep you safe, and I'm trying to. But my real intention is that you listen to that word. That's your God, man. The God of hypocrisy. You want that as your God, or you want the God of truth, man? That word comes from the real devotees of the Lord. And the highest truth now, in this time, in this place, is the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and we got it. The symptoms are here. The supreme intelligence is working here, right? Have you not? These gurus come up and they show you that they don't have what we've got, right? River, you saw that guy. He's pretty good. He's nice, humble, and everything, but he doesn't have this. Not this conclusiveness. And we don't. He's not the type that wants to show that what kind of ecstasy he has. I don't know. But see, you can tell by how they write too. How deep they are. See, if you're purified. So that's what I'm doing. Well, I'm a little sure I don't want to give it. But then I examine their writings. I say, this doesn't come from the deepest ecstasy. See, it's when the part of the mission here is to spoil you guys here. So you don't, accept anything lesser. See, when Prabhupada left, then everybody started accepting the lesser stuff, because they didn't understand. See, Prabhupada understood. He only appreciated liberated soul stuff, not not disciples who still have envy and jealousy. Didn't he point out? Oh, he said actually maybe only one of my god brothers doesn't is not envious of me. No, a pure devotee does not eat that. No, they eat the persons who have transcended the false ego by in our line, especially by the grace of Lord Caitanya. See? We eat that food, not persons who are disciples, even of disciples, not all disciples, actually, very few disciples of a real guru previously, not now. This is all different now. This is a change. But previously, from Bhakti Siddhanta to Prabhupada and Bhakti Vinod, so many neophytes, still neophytes, died neophytes. And many people, they put themselves up as we're just like Prabhupada or pure devotees and everything. Prabhupada hated that. It caused him so much grief. And after Prabhupada left, it goes on again. Except here it stops. The buck stops here. I don't give a shit that these people don't like it. None of them. Not even that guru. He's kind of into Sridhar Maharaj, and he'll probably say the same thing. Sridhar said, your Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, he doesn't even spare an old friend in his preaching. Yeah, that's this kind of preaching. I don't spare anybody. The truth, I'm like St. Paul. The truth is no respecter of persons. No etiquettes, no favorites played here. There's only one favorite, the truth. You're either conclusive or you're not. What is this mini shiksha? Hey, psh, I'll smash that one. Diksha and shiksha are on the same level. Liberated souls. Otherwise, you still idol worship. What is this? Don't thou shalt not put any any mundane object before the Lord. Don't tell me mundane people are shiksha gurus. Only when you're a liberated soul, then you can take shiksha from. Everything you look at becomes reminds you of Krishna, and you can use it for preaching. But don't jump the gun, because that's called sahaja. A lot of sahaja. Those are the ones who preach. Still, they're a little sahaja in you when you start saying, "Well, everything is shiksha." Even mundane persons, even Tamal. Hey, come on, Tamal Krishna. He was not a liberated soul, and that is a fact. If you're preaching that, you're preaching nonsense. I'm sorry, man. This is the truth, man. I know Tamal Krishna. I was his disciple. He's not a transcendentally liberated soul. Never was. Even his godbrothers know that. Yeah. Sorry to break it to you. But if you, what do you, I don't care, etiquette. Well, he was a spiritual man. No, but no, 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 no. Spiritually, what is your spiritual position? That's the thing that's going to liberate you or keep you in illusion. You want to meditate on a mundane person, a mundane object, you're going to stay in this material world. You meditate on liberated souls and only liberated souls, you're going to the spirit world. The Lord will help you, He'll protect you. That's what I'm teaching here. This is what people need, shiksha, this kind of shiksha. This is why Prabhupada had never had a problem after his guru left, because he only meditated on what is spiritual and spiritual persons. He never believed in mundane persons. Even though they had dhotis on and big plaques, acharyas and all that. He said, this is not right. You don't appoint an acharya. All of them. They're mundane lines. They're not spiritual. The lines are so simple, man. If you don't like this preaching, too bad. Go and follow those guys to your blind ditches. Go ahead, man. I only follow the plain, obvious truth of these books. Madhavinda Puri was an ecstatic devotee. Well, where is that in Sridhar? I never saw it. Where is that in any of the persons? Oh, there were no shows. So, okay, fine. I don't know. Therefore, I don't care. I want to see some. Let me see that you are like Madhavinda Puri. At least they described the guy was ecstatic, right? You hear any descriptions of how Sridhar was so ecstatic like Madhavinda Puri? Do you hear that? You hear descriptions about Prabhupada, right? Prabhupada was ecstatic. You hear many stories, and they're true. You can tell by his writings too. I'm telling you, my Lord is very strict on these things. That's why Prabhupada was an acharya, man. He was strict on these things. You start mixing, and that's why the devotees have no love of God anywhere, no signs or symptoms of it, because they believe in mundane people, or they mix them with transcendental person. It spoils everything. And then you get this preaching like that. Even that guru, he needs his shiksha, as far as I can see. I mean, if he wants to, I mean, what kind? That's why you see that preaching is watery. What is it, mixing all these things? And I'm a disciple of Tamal Krishna and all this stuff, man. I ain't no disciple of like that. He didn't have Tamal Krishna come in this dream. Prabhupada came in this dream, right? Prabhupada came in my dream. What's that saying? See, liberated souls come. There's so many usurpers. See, that's how Maya hides the real line. That's why ultimately you really need the real deliverers here. People get delivered here. You see, we don't mess around. If you want neophyte, you want to believe mix it. Neophytes mix everything. They believe, oh, everything is the same. All devotees are pure devotees. Matter of fact, neophytes are the pure devotees, and then you meet a real devotee, and you can't take it because all that comes out of you is the pollution you get from worshiping mundane people still. You can't get rid of that. You get rid of it here, even unconsciously. Even unconsciously hearing this preaching, you just start vomiting, right? Isn't that even Lolita gets it now? River gets it. She got cut off in the preaching. The guy couldn't. He took it as far as he could take, and then he shut the thing off. Yeah, I was watching it. That's why I got it. I got it. Right afterwards. He probably ended up deleting the whole thing. No, he didn't. No, good. Yeah. See, isn't it great? There's energy in glorifying the truth. This is what you're going to learn here if you haven't already. The energy in it. This is the reason for uncompromised. It does something. It has impact in this world. It changes people. It transforms them. It liberates them. Politics never did. It's water. It waters everything down. That's what we got in the big institutions. They water everything down. It's only for neophytes. You got to toe party lines and etiquettes and all these things and kiss each other's ass. You know, one hand wipes the ass of another ass. And there you got nothing but asses there preaching, nothing significant. And then you got some pedophiles mixed in there too, you know, and nobody can tell the difference usually. Right there, they mix right in there, and nobody does this kind of nobody really separates. You ever see an egg and a yolk? You know, it's separate, right? But you mix it together, it's all mixed together. That's what they do at spiritual life. Instead of separating, but here's the egg, and that's just the yolk. Let's just mix pure devotees and mundane persons who claim to be pure devotees together, and there you go. Eat this, and that's where you get speculation. That's why people don't understand Prabhupada's books. Isn't that amazing? You got to come here to understand these books. You got to come here and get purified. It's proven. Look at these guys. They can't understand these things. I quote Prabhupada's things and I explain it nicely, and they still, what's he saying? What's he saying? They like that guru who says, "Oh, there's so many this type of guru and that type of guru." Then I just put two verses up and just smash the whole thing by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. See, the mellows of devotion are instilled in the heart. What is so complicated? These guys make it complicated because they mix the Tamal Krishna in with Prabhupada. That's the only problem. Therefore, everything gets mishmashed and unclear and complicated. Well, what is this? All these different gurus. Like there's so many enlightened gurus and they're teaching all these things and they're all qualified. Bullshit. No, it's very simple. The thing you meet a bona fide guru who has bona fide love of God, and the only meaning in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line. What is this preaching here? All these different types of gurus. If you're in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, the only meaning is Lord Chaitanya's mercy, and don't ever forget it. He began the line, actually Madhavinda Puri, which is the Vrindavan line, and Lord Chaitanya is the only meaning. He's the spiritual master of the universe. His principles that we teach emphatically here is the only meaning of advancement for devotees. Otherwise, they stay in religion and they die, in their namahata boring programs. They'll never, you think they're ever going to change? It's always going to be the same thing, and they get together in the same and same old, and they die like that. Look at the Prabhupada disciples. The biggest thing they after Prabhupada leaves, they just make their tours going around, and I'm a Prabhupada disciple. And then they die in that consciousness. BFD. The only meaning is to become aware of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, and that place is here and now. That preaching is now. And just by getting that, even though we have to hammer it in with Thor's hammer and break all these crystallizations of these illusions and these false opinions and these stupid ideas and these many paths and many guru bullshit things, watery stuff, man. What is this, man? By the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, the mellows of devotion are put. If you're facing here or you're facing any Gaudiya Vaishnava line, they should be preaching that. And if they're not, they should come here and learn how to be like one pointed. And then you can become you just take that verse of the book Bhagavat and you are a devotee Bhagavat and you make that ring true in the hearts of others. All of a sudden, people will listen to your voice because you're as it is now and not this thing, mixing everything's male. You can go to Karma, Mishra, and it sounds really good. Even probably River was thinking, oh, really? Oh, there's all these things. And I had to come in there with the slam dunk and you smash it with this Thor's hammer of Prabhupada's books and conclusive truth. What is this? All these no, no, no. Mercy of Lord Caitanya, man. The action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat, the mellows of devotion. Those are rare gurus. Not only are all over the place, all these different guru karma. Go to a karma mishra guru. Go to this kind of guru. Go to that kind of guru. Oh, what is this baloney, man? Yeah, just confusing people. That's what you get for believing in Tamal Krishna. Very low level realization. But he's doing, the guy's a nice guy. I got to give him that. And he's probably, a devotee. But you see, you can have devotion. Remember in the conversation with Ramananda Roy? But still have speculation. But if you want to go to Vrindavan, the pure devotion thing, then you got to abandon your speculations and hear from self-realized souls about the real pastimes of the Lord and the real reason for the Lord's descent, and give up all these ideas that you got mixed up by putting these gurus together. The biggest realization I got with this ISKCON thing, I realized Tamal was in the way, man. I got rid of that. That was a big block. I told you the thing when I was blocked from Prabhupada because of him, from the ecstasy, because of that Vaidhi and that kind of preaching and him being in the way. And when I left and then I got back, Prabhupada's books, it all came back just from like the first day. And as soon as my godbrother, who is morose because he's in that Vaidhi, polluted line in that sense with the worshiping gurus like him, said, and he morosely, and I looked at his face, I still remember it to this day, the morose look, because you're not transcendental. And he was temple president now. Don't you think? I said, I said, man, I'm back with Prabhupada. I got these books, man. I'm distributing them all over the world, all over the country. And, I gave up my business. I had a thriving real estate business. I said, gave all that. I just want to serve Prabhupada. And I was so ecstatic and everything. And he didn't look happy at all, me saying that. He didn't like my bliss. You'll notice that about people as you're preaching. They don't like this. And he's like, don't you think you should reestablish your real relationship with your guru, Tamal Krishna? So I immediately doubt, because wasn't, that was kind of shy. Okay. Maybe I thought, maybe I should. See, I got into doubt again. Maybe I should. And all the bliss left. Fear started to enter my body. And Krishna helped me in this time. That was when my problem started. Putting something in the way of a transcendental personality who, because I could always understand Prabhupada from the very beginning, like I could understand Jesus from his book. I was lifted to that plane. Okay? And then I realized, oh, that's it. Okay. I said, okay, Hare Krishna, I'll see you later. I got my motorhome, turned the key, and the bliss came back. Lesson learned. Okay? You can't mix speculation. You can't mix Guru Tattva. That's not pleasing to Prabhupada, you know. And that's why I was always looking. I was, oh, well, maybe I'll find a living guru. I should do that. But even Prabhupada said in the verse, you should have a spiritual master, especially for the neophytes. See, the neophytes need to hear by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, and all that, and by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart is dissipated almost till nil, and then this devotion to the Lord appears in the heart as an irrevocable fact. Well, that always I happened got that from the Bible immediately. So that's previous lifetimes, obviously. That happened immediately with Prabhupada's books. You see, so you have to see what part of the spectrum you're on. Most are not at that stage where you can just pick up the book Bhagavad and ecstatic level awaken in your heart like that. I mean, it was for me. I understood that I was from this Lord Caitanya. I knew immediately, this is my tribe. This is what I belong to. I remember, even that I was naive, I didn't know all these things, kind of like Maria, like that. This is, you don't know all, you're not schooled in any of these things, right? And she says, I don't know. This Lord Chaitanya is my everything. That's all I know. Where do you get that? I'll protect him like I'll protect my Luna. See? Where do you get that?
He's a Luna.
Yeah, yeah. Luna the
He's a
dog.
Luna.
Yeah. Yeah. See, these kind of things. This is uncommon. Most are not there. That's why you need. You can't just be a Ritvik and say, "Well, I see Prabhupada," And so Prabhupada in that purport, you can look in there. He said, usually this kind of guru is for the neophytes. See, bring you to the level of ecstatic love. Now you're more home free. See, now you pick up the scriptures like my disciples do, right? I don't have to be in, like, and tell you everything to do, and you have to be in my presence all the time. You're in the presence of the Lord, like I'm in the presence of the Lord, and you can be anywhere at any place. See, because you pick up the book, and there your guru is. There Krishna is. There all the Vaishnavas are. That's the way Prabhupada was. He had very little association with his guru, but he was that kind of person from the previous. Rare. These are rare persons, man. Most are not like that. That's what I had to find out. See? So for me, now for like neophytes, it's not so, it's like you got Tamal Krishna, you got Prabhupada, you mix them together. Okay, whatever, They can't tell the difference. See, they can't tell the difference here. They can't see this extraordinary mercy here. They can't see this extraordinary intelligence being preached here. They can't see this extraordinary ecstasy being preached here, being shared here, being distributed here yet. Some can. That guru seems to be able to. That when he appreciates to a degree what we're doing. Let's see if he appreciates if he hears this class. Just smash all these things. I mean, but that's what I'm here to do. I ain't gonna hold back now. I got Prabhupada's order to do. Prabhupada was engaged. They're all we need to pull out these misconceptions out of our line. That's our duty. You know. Okay, so from my childhood, I've been collecting the glories of the holy name from the revealed scriptures. The absolute truth is called Ram, because the transcendentalists take pleasure in the unlimited true pleasure of spiritual existence. That's a beautiful, I just love that statement, man. See, the absolute truth is called Ram because the transcendentalists take pleasure in spiritual existence. See, spiritual exists for them. It doesn't for most people in the world. The material existence, see, this material existence exists for them because they believe in it, they taste it, they live in it. It's their life and soul, is material existence. They love to work and build material buildings. They get life from that. It gives, wow, I did a good work, man. I got out there, and see these guys, they're building every day outside my door. Oh yeah, they do they build, bang, bang on all these things, build these big, very hard work to do this. But they enjoy it more or less. More I say, you just somewhere I got to work, but some, they like, banging around. They got to do it. See, they take pleasure in material existence. But devotees, they take pleasure in spiritual existence. And spiritual existence manifests by pure devotional service, simply by chanting the holy name and tasting and manifesting spiritual existence. They exist on that. See, the spiritual manifests by engagement in devotional service, by the word. That's why the word of God is so important. Why the word of God is meant to be preached by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat preaching these words. Bhagavan, book Bhagavan, the word comes alive. It's alive, but when you're speculating, you can't bring that word to life. That's all. That's what I was trying to tell River. See, these people, they pick up when you say, "Oh, we don't follow any rules and regulations." Wait a second. No, no, no. They get a wrong impression, and because it's not exactly true. We don't follow them strictly. Prabhupada himself says in the Nectar of Devotion, pure devotees do not strictly follow the rules and regulations. They can't. It gets in the way. Otherwise, there's no meaning to spontaneous devotion if you got to be following some regimen all the time. How can you do that? So you can't follow. Maybe sometimes you put on a show, like Lord Caitanya put on a show of rules and regulations, and then he went in ecstasy. And where the rules went, where did they go, man? Gone. But a devotee is not obligated. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says you're not obligated once you're on the level of devotion. Then your main purification is by intimacy, by chanting and tasting the Lord's name in ecstasy. That's a zillion times more powerful purification than a rule to purify you. See, people got to know this. This is a logical thing. This is an intelligent thing. This is an intelligent path. See, Vaidhi Bhaktas don't know this, but a spontaneous devotee does. So therefore, this is the stronger path. If you want to advance, you better listen here, because you can go and follow your rules up to you and believe the rule is going to purify you, and maybe to a little extent it will. And then you might say, God, I've been restricting myself from all this sense gratification, following all these rules, and I can't have sex unless I have a baby. And my God, I need more. And yeah, you might end up giving it up because of your nature. It's not that strong, is it? So take the gift of Lord Caitanya and taste this ecstatic devotion, even though you're not qualified. That's its brand. The Lord Chaitanya's mercy. He's given this to you. Get a little purification, get your increasing taste. Let it knock out all the other things, in due course. Maybe get a little fill, maybe you need a little sex, you need a little this, no problem. You know? and you won't give up the path. Maybe you need a coffee, maybe you need a beer, but you won't give up the path. Do you see me giving? I have a coffee. I like a little beer. I like it. Nice taste. Get a little buzz, but I'm not going crazy about it. But do I give up the path? Do you see me? I mean, because I taste spiritual existence. I mean, what's so bad about that? You can be a normal person. Don't people usually? I mean, they do things in moderation. They have a cup of. I don't sit here all day long drinking coffee. I don't sit all day long and have a beer. I mean, I have one beer or something. So what? Nice little buzz, nice taste. What's the big deal? You guys. You can not like it or like it. But if you don't have tasting spiritual existence, there's a tendency to go crazy about these things because then you get hooked and you get addicted. And all of a sudden you're doing everything in excess because you're looking for this that you don't have. So why not come here and get the mercy of the Lord? And then you can become a normal human being. People coming from the West, I guess we got to worship, we got to put the orange on, you know, and then we got to put all these things and go in our society that we're in and look like idiots. And then you give the impression, and people are thinking, well, I'm sorry, but we can never do that. See, the Christians got it down better. They don't have to change, whatever their dress is. Even Christians in India, I was watching how they were worshiping. Some of them, they're really ecstatic, but it's not like I would. Where they play the harmoniums, and they do in their way. They worship Jesus. Yeah, it's not a thing that you have to change. That's all external. I mean, if you want to wear a dhoti, it's fine. You can do what you want. Prabhupada made people wear dhotis and everything just to try to keep them in the game because Maya is always trying to extract you from that. And when you're weak, what are you going to do? Prabhupada is using any trick in the book to keep people close to getting purified to some extent and believing in Krishna. He knew it wasn't about, what you were wearing. Come on, man. He's dealing with neophytes and young people, young in their spiritual life. See, this is so beautiful, this path. Just get the mercy of the Lord. You could be a Sudra like Gaura Das. And look, I know the science of Krishna consciousness, just like the verse says. You can be a Sudra, but if you know the science of Krishna consciousness, you can be a guru. And that's what I'm doing. But you guys might be more strict. You might be, maybe you don't want to touch anything or that's fine. But you have the mercy of the Lord. If you don't, better to come here and learn from a Sudra. Why? Because you feel something here, right? You feel the Lord's relationship. It awakens in your heart. The Lord knows who his devotees are, right? He knows who his devotees are, whether they could be Sudras, Vaishyas, or Sannyasis. It's no different than when Lord Caitanya was here. He had Sudras, he had beggars as real devotees. They had real love of Krishna, love of God. They were sometimes householders, sometimes outside the varnashram system completely, and those are the ones who took shelter with Nityananda, who didn't care. Oh, just anybody. Oh, anybody would just that's the same thing here. You're lucky. People are lucky you got such a Sudra here, man. I don't care. I'm not looking. Oh, you following all these rules? I don't even ask you. You come here. I think, Lord, give them mercy. They come here. They like this preaching. Give them mercy. Oh yeah, and you guys just use your intelligence. What's in the way of coming here? That's what I told one guy. I said, man, you're lucky to have this opportunity. Do whatever you can do. Get a friggin' job. If it's not working, being a homeless guy out there or whatever, not working for you, not working for me because I got to get the hassle, get a friggin' job. Whatever you can do so you can have a phone and you can come here every day and make real spiritual advancement. Whatever that is, don't let it get in the way. If you're working too much, work a little bit less so you can come and do what's really important. Otherwise, how many jobs have you had in so many lifetimes? But how many times you get the opportunity to hear live these things? So whatever is in the way, that's the Raganuga Bhakti principle. Move to a side whatever is in the way, whatever that is in your situation. You know, if your guru's in the way, move him in. Hey, man, this is the only place, you're lucky to get such an opportunity. You can move even the gurus out of the way. If they're in the way of coming here, move them out of the way because they're your obstacle. That is a mode of ignorance now. That's the Bhagavatam. I'm just telling you what's in the Bhagavatam. Didn't Bali Maharaj? His guru was illustrious, man. Illustrious. He could raise the dead and do miracles and all kinds of stuff, but he had one fault. And this is the deal breaker here in 2022 for many of these people who are maybe illustrious. They don't even have that kind of power. They have one fault, even now, is they're adverse to Shuddha Bhakti preaching. They're adverse to a Shuddha Bhakti. Oh, that's the deal break. You can give them up. You can give up thousands of gurus who are adverse to Shuddha Bhaktas and Shuddha Bhakti when Krishna's manifesting on this planet. That's the Bhagavatam I preach here. Bali Maharaj did it. And the demigods showered. Wow, he passed the terrible test because he listened to Prahlad Maharaj. See, a little instance, he was instructed by an exalted, pure devotee. He got over the test like I'm instructing the whole world how to get over that test. You see, I'm not just going, hey, Bali Mars, let me tell you a secret. Only you, not anybody else. I'm belting this secret to the whole world. Whoever listens to this, you can get over that terrible test. You can move aside these gurus who are adverse to this Shuddha Bhakti preaching here and the mercy of Lord Caitanya that we're distributing. You can move them far to the side. Give them a couple of obeisances and just say, oh, dear Gurudev, I'd have to leave you because the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is over here and you're adverse to it. Therefore, I'm going moving you aside. Somebody has instructed me about the real Bhagavatam that you couldn't do. So I'm going to go with that. Oh, does that please Krishna? Oh, are you going to get the mercy? Even the demigods are going to be impressed with you. You want that? You want to really be good in the eyes of the Lord? Follow that one. Shama Sundari did. She moved him aside. And he threatened her, I'm going to take your name away. I'm going to take your beads away, which is the only important thing to a real devotee. He didn't say, I'm going to take your money away. That's not important to a devotee. But you take the name and beads away. Oh, that was a test. And then I told her, I'll go. We'll give you new beads and a new name. So what? Radha has lots of names. See, why is it the Brahmins did the same thing? Their gurus were their Brahmins, They were their spiritual masters. They told them what to do and how, what to do and how to serve them and all that stuff. They're the gurus. And the cowherd boys said, hey, come over here. We'll get you a front row seat with Krishna. And they left. And the Brahmins, they all, oh, no, don't you. You got to obey your spiritual masters. We're your gurus. We're your husbands. It is the Vedas say. See, the Vedas say you must serve your spirit. No, the real spiritual masters were the cowherd boys because they were the highest devotees, had the most intimate relationship. That's what you should be seeing here. Where are the most highest devotees or the highest are here that I've seen? The deepest devotees have the deepest intelligence, the deepest realization. The uncommon mercy of Lord Chaitanya is to have that special intelligence, and that is here and only here that I've seen. It was with Prabhupada also, and Bhakti Siddhanta, the real line. But I wasn't seeing in many of these people the Narayan Raj thing. I was looking, no, they ain't up to snuff. They ain't like that. So you can give all of that stuff up now. Why do that? If that's in the way of you coming here, oh, you really want the acknowledgement from God? Well, you do that, and God will show you personally inside your own heart that the words are true here, that I'm not speaking bullshit and speculation and lies and all that stuff. No, no, no. I'm speaking the truth. You can check all of this in the Bhagavatam. Look at Bali Maharaj. Look at the wives of the Brahmins. They did exactly what I'm telling you. And if you do exactly what has been said in the Bhagavatam that I'm telling you, you'll get the same result. You're going to become an ecstatic devotee and very intimate with Krishna, otherwise not. Your gurus or whatever is in the way is stopping you. So if you can take hearing the real Bhagavatam and you've developed enough desire to be purified and abandon your misconceptions, just like Lord Caitanya got people to abandon their misconceptions, gave them the potency. Oh, okay, you ready? You really want Krishna? Here you go. We won't wait for it all to be done. We won't even wait for the Bhagavatam. You see, the Bhagavatam says by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the pure devotee, that usually means like 20, 30 years. All that's troublesome slowly. And then maybe at the end of your life or when you're very advanced age. See, that's Bhagavatam. Yeah, that was thousands of years before Lord Caitanya. Here, yeah, little few words, few videos sometimes. Boom! The Lord ain't waiting for you to have till almost nil. You can have a mountain of contamination still, but if your heart is in the right place, the Lord will see, oh, this person has faith in my devotee. Oh, that is enough. With intense ecstasy here, you get intense preaching. That's just how it is, man. Oh my God, he is so clear about the real part. Good. You love this because God loves this. I just know the secret how to impress my Lord. I'm not here to press people, people pleasers, ass kickers. Ass kissers. We're doing here to kick Maya's ass, man. And my Lord loves that. That's why Prabhupada, he basically said, I'll tell you, this is the purport on Prabhupada said to me. Hey, Gohari, kick Maya's ass now. You got my books. You know what I wanted to say. I, I'm going to say it all through you, man. See, he's that book Bhagavad, right, man? Coming right from him, man. So that's Prabhupada. See? Kick Balaram's ass too, man. His speculations. Hare Krishna. All right. You might want to watch this replay, Dean. It's pretty intense. I love this. The word Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and Na means spiritual pleasure. See, Krishna. And it's interesting that in the name Krish and then Na, so spiritual pleasure, actually, so see, the attractiveness of the spiritual existence is manifest from the Na, from the pleasure. See, it's almost simultaneous, actually. That's why you see it's together, Krishna. See, so when spiritual pleasure manifests from chanting Krish, and you get the Na, the spiritual pleasure, then all of a sudden you see the attractiveness of spiritual existence, the attractiveness of chanting, the attractiveness of the name, and its beauty and its expanding mercy, and the attractiveness. The verses start to become very attractive. It's like now, oh wow, it's like a beautiful woman that has all these clothes. The scripture have all these clothing on, all your speculation, and then the na, see the pleasure awakens by the mercy of the devotee speaking to you. Okay? And then the Krish, oh wow, the existence, spiritual existence, so wonderful. See, the names is spiritual existence. It makes spirit exist. See, why? Because you have the na, the pleasure, you're tasting the pleasure. Doesn't that sound good? Pleasure, spirit pleasure. See, if you don't taste the spirit pleasure, the mundane pleasures will overwhelm you. See, we're meant to, and then the more addicted we get to spiritual pleasure, oh, the others comes in down. While we have a body, you can enjoy the world befittingly if you want. Eat your fill till you want, but definitely eat your fill here. Oh, taste this spiritual pleasure. This is what is purifying. This is what's enlivening. This makes a deep impression in your consciousness where you'll never give this up. And then you're increasing, and then you want to share it with others too. See, you become magnanimous. You become a charity worker. See, a philanthropist on this level. Who can give out spiritual existence? My God. What philanthropy? Oh, Bill Gates. How would you like to do this kind of philanthropy? He's got material motivation in his philanthropy. He's just getting you. You want to get your belief in him. That's the only reason a guy like that wants to be a philanthropist. They don't give a care, a fig about anything like that. It's all material, man. Profits, control. Oh, you think he really cares about anybody? Demons don't care about anybody. They got that thing, man. You know what they're doing now? The world is being harvested. You know how they're being harvested? That's why, see, the harvest is now when you get sufficient control over people, now you use them as batteries. And what are these lower level vibrations like? Fear. They live on it. They're kind of lizardy. They've got a they like fear. They like people being like upset and confused. They like all of this crazy stuff. See, this is the harvest. But look at us. They can't harvest us. Why? Because we have the protection of Krishna and Lord Caitanya and the Parampara. They can't harvest that vibration. Doesn't exist in devotees. Yeah. You see how we're lifted? This is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya to lift us upon above the evils of this world, even though we're living amongst it. It's like being like Prahlad. He was moving among. He was right there in the demon assembly. His father was the biggest demon, and wow, he was a snake of all snakes, man. Very powerful. And he was just roaming around the palace like nothing. There was no fear, nothing. Everybody else was afraid of Hiranyakashipu. He had everybody afraid. He was controlled them by fear. How do you think these people are controlling you in the government? By fear, right? That's why they get you to do things. The masses, they're doing things and acting because of fear of the government, fear of um, the ones they believe in, who are pumping fear in them. See, and then this is the merry-go-round of Maya. See, they pump fear in you, and then they give you, oh, you're afraid. Oh, well, I have a nice solution for you. Stay in your house. Don't go outside. It's very good for you. Put your mask on. See? See, and people do it. The masses, right? Why? Because they're in fear. They believe in their authorities. Why would anybody, and this goes for anybody, now, why would you listen to anybody who puts you in fear? See? Because then you'll be harvested by these lower vibrations here. You come here. We put you in the love of God, the ecstasy, the protection of the transcendental Lord. Spiritual existence is very protective. Narada Muni said to Gopakumara, because Gopakumara was a Vrindavan devotee, he chanted the holy name in ecstasy. May you be protected by the pastimes of the Lord. See, pastimes of the Lord is spiritual existence. And when you have the Na, see, the Ananda, isn't that interesting? The Na, Ananda, Krishna, Radha, Govinda. See, Govinda, actually, these names are not bereft of Krishna, Radha also. Krishna's names, he always together. Govinda, the Da is the Ananda, and Krishna is Govind. See, the cows, the protector of the cows, see, spiritual existence of that. He's the protector of the cows. See? And when you have the Da, see, Radha, Govinda, Krishna, Sachi. Notice that See, with spiritual existence, when you feel pleasure, what do you do? This is so nice. Cha. See, I love that. I'm going to read this again. Sorry. The word Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence. See, and it only becomes attractive when you have the knock. This is the problem. Go ahead there, Lalita. What?
Yeah, but that attractive feature is the word, the esoteric truth.
Yeah, okay. I was going to get to that, actually. See, I'll just go right to it. The rest of the verse is this. See? So when the verb Krish is added to the affix na, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the absolute truth. So the absolute truth is this combination. See? Otherwise, it's not. You can't appreciate the absolute truth. You need Krishna. You need the spiritual pleasure, and it reveals the spiritual existence of Krishna. Like in that verse where Krishna was observing Radharani, and he says, "Wow, what is she experiencing? That the happiness she's experiencing because of her love, the she knows more about me because of the strength of her her love. She knows about me, about my beauty and my all of this. Without that, without the potency of this devotion, you cannot appreciate the Lord. You'll only have just the name. You'll have the external ceremonies. Those are the shadow of the truth. Still, it's a shadow. That's called religion. See, that's why I keep preaching, when your heart is that flame, the passion, to meet with Krishna. See? Because you have the Ananda and you want that spiritual existence. You desire it now. See? And the water is the tears that come from this union with the Lord. Oh, we have a new guest here. He's going to give it another try. Let's see if he has the popping microphone or not. All right. So let's have a drum roll, Rade. Let's hear it there, Freddie. He's giving us, holding us back. Wait a second. Wait. Hold your horses, man. See, so the absolute truth is the combination. Otherwise, you don't realize the absolute truth. See, you need both. See? Are you ready, Freddie?
I hope so. I just changed the settings so I can hear.
Oh, well. Failed again.
Oh well. Rip.
Popping
Don't hear
more
me.
than ever. Why don't you just get a cell phone, man? Or a computer? Why? Do you have a computer? No. Yeah? Get a computer, man. It's great, man. The computer's perfect. Matter of fact, this program is built mainly for computers, but it works okay with a cell phone. The tablets are funny with this program here, I notice.
It seems so now.
So, River, give us a word.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm using it today in Chrome today
Oh, good.
because it's not working in what's that? Braveheart. I was using it in Braveheart, and I don't know. Anyway, yeah, everything that you say is so clear, so uplifting, just crystal clear, and your words are just like music. You know, I've heard these words from devotees before in our sangha. I didn't realize it. Realize it as much. But absolutely brilliant, Maharaj. That devotee from yesterday, he texted me. He messaged me afterwards. he, he said he hasn't been on Facebook for a long time.
Mm.
When he came on and that happened.
Here's good luck.
Okay. Yes, Maharaj, it's really great. It's just getting a little bit high. It's going to be a bit disturbing, but I have this I want to know exactly what all the devotees are saying. I want to know what you're saying. I want to see everybody's face.
Oh, wow.
But to keep, completely focused in what you're saying, it's just amazing. I did want to send that devotee out the sangha, Narayan Higgins. I wanted to kick him out because I didn't like what he was saying to you. But it's okay. We have the devotees just coming in
Yeah.
onto
Yeah, as
him.
long as you guys are strong enough, it's good because they're getting purified.
Yeah.
I noticed the Higgins guy. He said I noticed a comment. He said, "Well, Gohari's giving out prema bhakti in his sangha." I did. He did say that. That's quite interesting. He said that.
I think he was in class now.
Higgins. Oh,
I think,
really?
and it's, yeah, I think so.
Great.
Uh,
See,
he
that's a good.
posted,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, that's a good sign. I mean, so you see reverses because people getting the stuff out. you know Somehow Krishna will give him he'll see this is like devotional service, you know people releasing their things. Okay? So
I didn't
yeah.
read everything that he said, really, Narayan Higgins, but he said something like, oh, and I was going with how I was feeling. He said something like, oh, you didn't listen to Tamil Krishna, but now you're guru now.
Yeah, yeah.
Those words, I saw those words, and it's just how I felt about those words. I don't know if he was being sarcastic. And actually,
No,
maybe
I
at that
mean,
point, he
no,
might
I
have
mean,
been,
no. I'm just talking about my perspective. But if you're feeling,
yeah, I
especially,
felt,
when people criticizing their guru, you can come in and use it and say something. You know,
okay.
yeah, of
Yeah, so
course.
I didn't
You know
really
what I
like
mean?
that bit. But the bit that you said just now, I mean, that's lovely. I like that. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, yeah, yeah. So yeah, and this because you go by your feeling. Like for me, because it's about me, I don't. It's just I don't feel like. But if somebody was criticizing Prabhupada or something, or I'd be right there, or Jesus, or even devotees here. You
Yeah. The
criticize.
witnesses need to
Yeah,
do
I
that.
defend. Yeah, that's just the nature. Yeah, but for one's own self, I don't feel. I feel like, oh, it's a great honor. It's like Saint Francis when he's preaching the gospel, the good news, right? Preaching the gospel, and he says, "What is the greatest contentment?" Oh, I go and I preach the gospel. I open the door, and then they throw garbage on me. I think this is the greatest amendment. And it is in a sense. It's like, wow, proof of potency. You know, So, but when another devotee is being criticized, and it's you, just naturally you come there and try to rectify the situation. Don't just tolerate it, because that's not the way to do it.
Ammon did a great job actually with what he was saying about disrespecting the guru, confirmed, and also placing the right verse, the correct verse to enhance that, to really enhance that. So yeah, thank you to Ammon as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Great. Tom's face is so much lighter
yeah, I
today. I see
noticed that. Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but with not but, and with Jan Lalita Madhava, he looks really skinny in his picture. His picture
yeah,
is. Can
yeah.
you
I
see that as
noticed.
well?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember things like that happening to me a few years, last year or the year before, where the picture would just change size. It would get bigger and smaller, and it would go upside down.
yeah.
It was quite funny actually. But great, Maharaj, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much.
Mm.
I'm not going. I'm stuck on you. Do you know that song? It's a
Which
really
one?
old song. I'm stuck on you.
Oh, stuck on you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, these are songs that I've been growing up with. It's so wonderful to be able to just actually sing words, because like it was Ranga who started the singing. Like I want to sing a song with all the words that you say, and it's just coming so fast. It's really beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
yeah. You're welcome.
Machine's working today as well, so
Yeah, great, good, 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 good.
yeah.
Okay, Tom, give us a word.
Well, well, um, I'm enjoying this very much. This is really clarifying, and I want to eat more.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice to be clear. See,
Yeah,
that's part of the thing is abandoning our misconceptions and taking on the real, deep, conclusive nature. See, I'm just preaching from Chaitanya Charitamrita. See, that's why Prabhupada said it was postgraduate because he knew people could not understand that. Even now, they can't. Look at the gurus have a hard time understanding what I'm saying. Because they still have these speculations, and I'm just teaching straight out as it is Chaitanya Lila conception. Because it's time. If I didn't do this, it would just the secret would die with me. You know, and the book would be there, but nobody can pull out this knowledge, this true knowledge as it is, and the true mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which is the most important thing. See, now I'm for all the study I've done all the years by relishing and relishing, getting me to the point of realizing, wow, it's all about them, just like it says. I mean, it's like a light bulb is going on. Wow, it's about the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and we're distributing it. We have the power to distribute that. It's like getting crystal clear, right, Freddie? Do you notice that? It's just becoming crystal. Look at that smirk. Look at that smile. You all got that smile. Got this special smile. It's like Krishna's in there listening to all these things. That's good. I enjoyed every second of this amazing preaching. Love it. Thank you there, Amma. I wonder where Aman is. Where are you? Where is Coventry? Yeah. Has he got a place? Is he just moving around temples, with a little cell phone or something? Yeah, moving still, huh? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. See, Amen. He enjoys the truth, man. So he relishes it. He lives on that. It's amazing. Such a great soul. He's really, yeah. See, he's kind of like the bigger type. He just goes around, and to temple, and he does his. Well, he does actually service. He does I think pujas and stuff. Yeah. So, Tom, continue with your word.
Wow. I really like to meet Aman sometime. Yeah, I feel he feels very close in the family to me personally. And I feel and I want um I feel there's a lot of progress. Yes, what I wanted to say is what I feel is how these devotees in the Sangha, how they um cooperate and um like our congregational progress, they all add something to it.
Oh,
And our progress is depending of every single participant. They are all shackles, and they help to reveal um, the truth coming from you.
mm. Yeah, we work as a team, teamwork. So, Lalita, give us a word.
Um, I also have been talking to devotees, and I always am so extremely surprised the lack of desire. I remember there was a Christian song with Christmas, and there was peace to the world for everybody who has the desire. I don't know if the Belgian people recognize this song, and it is there for everybody who has the desire. There was some devotees say, "Oh no, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm happy with what I have. It's good like it is." I said, well, you don't know what you are missing. You really, you really don't know what you're missing. Prema is available now. You don't have to do all this. No, 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 no. I will keep on watching you. I will watch and I will check it out, but no.
Well, yeah, sometimes the seeds go and take some time. Yeah. Jesus, he realized he was the parable of the sower of the word of the kingdom. It causes the kingdom to grow inside people. It starts out small. So that's the guru. The real spiritual master is a sower of the word of the kingdom. That's what's happening here. This
Next
the
generation, sometimes it works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with certain people. And it just depends if it goes into the heart of somebody and it grows like Jesus said, a sincere person, they really like looking for this. And yeah, and then so it grows, and like so the seeds are here and growing, and the tree is looking really good, and people will see that because then the birds come and nest in the tree. And they're all everybody's kind of like a bird. They're going from one tree to another tree. That's all these different teachers and teachings and all of that. They're trying to find shelter, in this teaching, that like some kind of stability. See, so in this philosophy, some people are doing different things, but this is really the supreme shelter. Where you have the Lord Himself. It's pretty amazing. It's fantastic, actually. Freddie, give us a crackly word.
Maharaj, can I just interrupt just 1 minute?
Yeah, yeah, go. Yeah, yeah.
That Narayan Higgins has posted all those pictures from before, of puppy piles and when we
Oh
were
yeah. Oh
downstairs.
really?
He just posted them all 2 hours ago. He's just posted them. Karuna just got it up for me. And he's written
Oh
stuff I
yeah.
haven't written, but it's blaspheming.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I just wanted to do that. Sorry, Freddie.
No, yeah, that's it's just the what Maya does to cover up what we're doing. It's a war. See, and the neophytes, they believe that. See, they don't understand. But it is, puppy piles are beautiful. It's like that was very innocent and very beautiful. And if people see, they put a beautiful thing up and they say this is a bad thing. They do that. It's like like Dakshas preaching against Shiva. They said, "Oh, you see, he's a madman because he laughs and he cries," which is actually a glory. You know, the puppy piles was a spiritual thing. We're in our spiritual, affectionate consciousness towards devotees. It's very beautiful. They were doing like that in Lord Chaitanya's time. They were dancing and they were bumping into each other, and no etiquettes in that way because they're ecstatic. They're ecstatic. Yeah, very innocent and very wonderful. But people, what are you going to do? So that's another thing. At least we get people's attention. Otherwise, they don't give it. They don't care about what we're doing. Oh, look at Go Hard. Let's go check him out. What he's doing.
We look very weird, if you hear my chanting, you hear my laughter. I can understand that people think I'm a bitch and a witch. They are
Yeah,
not used to that sound. It's not from this world. It's a
yeah,
very strong sound. In
yeah,
material life, I don't laugh like that. Uh,
yeah,
it, yeah, it
yeah.
touches
Oh,
them.
yeah. And the thing is, we're also preaching. You're preaching. I'm preaching. We're teaching the value of this, and they can see. Oh, well, you can't see. There are three states of consciousness devotees have. One is internal, where you're totally absorbed in this worship in ecstasy, and you're oblivious to the world. And sometimes partial internal and external, and then sometimes fully external. See, that's when you explain. It's like St. Paul said, sometimes we're out of our minds for God, in this communion, and sometimes we're in our right minds for you, for preaching purposes, so we can see that we're worshiping an intelligent God and we're not just crazy.
Can I
Go
ask?
ahead, Freddie.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, Tom, go ahead.
yeah. So in all these three states, we are still connected to Krishna consciousness. In
Yeah,
all those three, so that's the stable, very happy position we are in.
yeah,
And
yeah,
what I
it's necessary. Yeah, it's necessary. It's like Jesus said, those who go in the door can eat, they find pasture. See, pasture is this the ability to relish godly things, God's energy. And then they can go in and out the door. See? So you go in the ecstatic worship communion, and then you go out into the world and preach. Kind of like I do, just kind of, and like all of you, Lilita goes in ecstasy and then comes out and then maybe preach a little bit. You get the power to preach these things and bring out these things. Yeah, go ahead, Lilita.
But the realization you get out of that bhakti, they don't see that. They don't understand it. They don't see it. They even don't listen to it. When you read in ecstasy and what you discover of the Lord, these secrets that He's giving you every day,
Yeah,
it's not attractive for them. They say,
yeah. Well, what do you expect from blind people?
yeah. If they can watch us just playing, yeah, going through the door on this side, say something, go on
Yeah.
the other side. If they see us moving, that it's safe to
Oh,
move, then I feel it will help them. That it's not a rigid situation. That it's a living movement. That's it's playful.
yeah, and that just by seeing people are advancing. This is how the power of this. It's like you don't want to get into the externals. Externally, they say, "Oh, they're not listening. They're not listening," but they are listening. they can't help but listen, but they may not be understanding yet because they're contaminated. But that is coming off just by coming out of their mouths. They rise to condemn because of contamination, but it's releasing. There's more room for this. Whether, when that time has come where they can really listen, that's, yeah.
We can create a space for them to progress.
Well, we are creating
Yeah.
this is the space to progress. This is the space. It's not like, oh, we'll create a space and then we can massage their false ego. No, no, this is the space. You come here and blaspheme if you want, heckle us, laugh at us, whatever you need to do. That's for your benefit. It's getting crap out of you, thrown into the fire. You know,
Yeah, like you say, it's a safe space here. It's a safe space.
yeah, yeah. They may not consider it safe, people, but some people. Go ahead there, River.
You know, Maharaj, it's like when your parents they help us. They help us when we don't know there's danger. You know, for like they hold our hands when we're going to learning to cross the road. You know, they're not going to allow us to just run across the road. You know, they are little dangers, but there's still dangers around as we grow. There's so
Yeah,
many dangers around. We need, Guru Tattva. We need our spiritual father and mother to hold us and so we can move through these
yeah,
darkness, these dangers. So we can move, like Tom says. So we can move, and so we just always need that. We need that connection, that link, and we
yeah,
get that here to the Lord through yourself. So,
yeah.
and it's really great. Oh, sorry, that's it, Maharaj. That's it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and well, see, that's the maturing phase. See, you guys are maturing to the point. That's the point of gurus that get you through these spaces, and not you don't get spun out by Maya and just taken out of the game. So here you're maturing. It's a place to mature your bhakti, and it becomes so strong. Then even if I wasn't physically present, you'd be no problem. What's you're qualified to live on spiritual existence. See, you have your love is awakened, and so therefore you can partake of this sacrifice. See, we're living, it's all about sacrifice. We're built for that. That's why people work. They're sacrificing their time. See, the people are doing sacrifices, whether they know it or not. We actually advance by sacrifice. Even on the lowest levels of mode of ignorance, people do human sacrifices. It's gross, but they're following the principle of sacrifice in the mode of ignorance. See, believe it or not, ultimately they advance because they're following the principle of sacrifice. Can you imagine when you move to the next mode of, say, goodness, from passion and ignorance to goodness sacrifice? That's a higher one. That's a more purifying one. See, it's a less violent one. you know, it's more intelligent one. See, and what we're doing is the ultimate sacrifice. The sacrifice that doesn't feel like it's difficult. See, it's only in the preliminaries, like coming here. Maybe you're sacrificing your false ego, or it's being sacrificed here. The knife is coming down on the false ego, false identifications. See, but then it becomes fun, Oh yeah, when the false ego's not in the way, what are you doing? You're meditating on spiritual existence. You're the son of the sun. See, you become, your life is from the sun. You can partake of spiritual existence because love is in you now. The love of God is in you. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, it feels like there's a kind of chaotic, tensed situation, and nobody's laughing, but one of us is able to laugh at that moment, and then they want to naturally see why is this one laughing.
Mhm.
Why? What does he know? What does he? Why? Where is this laughing attitude coming from? And this laughing attitude is very conclusive. It's lifting us the whole situation up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So River writes, is it true that Jesus saved souls by sacrificing his material body? Yes and no. He did because people believe in that you have to have blood. You know, it got the Jewish people. They wouldn't believe in Jesus unless there was blood. They have to see because they believe that God works by killing and draining blood from, you know. So what that is, it's actually a sacrifice in the mode of ignorance. This blood thing, and so yes, in a sense, people, oh, I believe in Jesus because there was blood. He's the last sacrifice for all time, which is kind of a good thing in many ways because if you think, oh, now we don't have to kill the animal to please God, you know. So Jesus did it for all time. So that's kind of good. But is it conclusive that he had to die? No, because you have the devotees of Lord Caitanya. They didn't die to preach and awaken people. Take no. So you see, and then when you take them both together, both leelas, then you see what Jesus said. He said he didn't say because I have to die. It was basically if you believe in me, then all your sins will be forgiven. That's the essence. If you believe in His word, if you understand His word, and you that kind of
Yes, I,
thing. Go
uh,
ahead, Tom.
yeah, I feel this was a specific communication between Jesus and the Moses followers. Because they had this attitude to sacrifice animals and sheep, yes. And like you said, this communication was like you don't need to do that anymore.
Mm-mm. No, okay. Ultimately, this is the best sacrifice. You know, haven't we sacrificed like 2 hours of our time now? See, to do what? To talk about Krishna, to chant his name. What is the result of that? Ooh, ecstatic love of Krishna. Oh, that is nice. See? So there's a result in doing sacrifices. Now, is this pleasing God? Well, yeah, because we feel it. We feel, oh wow, it's removing the distance between our soul and the Lord. See, we're becoming in communion. That's the whole point of sacrifice. Ultimately, is to commune with God. Now, there for that person, like Bhagavad Gita says, for that person who communes with the Lord, there's no duty other than that, which is not like a duty. It's like, oh yeah, my pleasure. I want to do that. So we're doing the ultimate sacrifices is sadhu sangha. It's the most pleasing to God. And how do you know? Well, you feel it. Try this activity, compare it to all the other activities, and see which one you like better. If your heart is purified, you'll know that. But most people are their hearts are not purified, so they can't understand that what we're doing is the highest activity, is the best of all associations, and is the most truest preaching that I've seen on this planet. So you have to do this sacrifice eventually. You'll have to come and listen to the devotees. Their pure knowledge. See, as it is, clarity. Purify, abandon your opinions that don't work. So, Freddie, give us a word, crackly word. Give us a crackly word.
I don't know if it's still cracky or is it better now?
Uh,
Still
More or less.
cracky?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too bad.
Not too bad. The word sacrifice always sounds quite heavy because you have to give up something for a higher goal. But once you are in the spontaneous path, it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It's just juicy, it's just tasty, so that it doesn't feel like a sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah.
But for the Vaidis, they talk always in terms, okay, I have to do this and I have to do that, and it's good for me, it's my duty. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not done out of love, and then it's a heavy sacrifice.
yeah, yeah. That's right. This sacrifice is like, oh yeah, I'm glad I gave 2 hours of my time. It was fun, to be purified. I mean, you develop a nature like Krishna. Krishna ain't sweating stuff. He's happy, right? He's happy in his pastimes with his devotees. And when we become happy with his pastimes with his devotees, then we become on the same page and qualified. That's liberated. You're liberated. You're protected by Krishna now. Just like he's a protector and he's protected. His devotees are protected. Now you're becoming a real devotee because you got real bhakti. This is why, there's no other real place to go for all these Vaishnavas who don't have this ecstatic devotion, but a place where you can get it, like here. Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
it's always funny to see how the false ego fights against the truth. When I see this his comments he made in Facebook. So one of them, he said, "Yeah, you are dumb enough to take Tamal Krishna Goswami as your guru, and now you act as a guru."
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, act as a guru. But yeah, you see, it's so, if they knew what they were saying, they're so stupid. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're here, Mr. Higgins, you're really dumb. I mean, to act as a guru, not even looking at the facts. Look at the results being like in this position of guru. Look at the shelter people are getting. Look at the inspiration people are getting. Lots of them. Look at the ecstasy people are getting. So where is the non-qualification for that? These what do you think? These other where I mean, we're obviously empowered by the parampara to do what the parampara didn't do previously. This is the blessing of the parampara. Bhaktisiddhanta wasn't given out the kind of ecstasy these devotees are getting, and Bhaktisiddhanta, Prabhupada wasn't. But we are on the order of Prabhupada. See, the disciplic line is really here. I mean, hey man, you could say like, well, Narayan Raj is a successor for Prabhupada, and or Jaipataka or Radhanath. They already got their pictures under his, right? Oh yeah, well, where's the success of the parampara? I mean, right now, this is the most successful example of the parampara. Is that the highest goal of life is being realized by the disciples of such a guru. So if you can't bring people up to this, then you shouldn't be. I mean, that's all diddly squat information and knowledge and stuff. This is the greatest thing. So everybody should come here. You know? Yeah, go ahead there, River.
Just by looking at these pictures that I've just looked at, and the way he's put them and placed them, it's just like media, how they want to make somebody really bad. They want to
Hmm.
put them down, and we
Character
have.
assassination.
Yes, there you go. Perfect character assassination, and the way he's done it, and with these words. But you can just see all that. You can just see that it's just that wanting to stay in that comfort zone. Don't rubbish our path. We're going to rubbish your path because
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
want to follow your path because we just don't know about it actually. So they
yeah,
don't understand, and they're just rubbishing the path. But we have Krishna here with us. It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter what they say. I
Did
know
he
it
put
does.
did he put that picture of me kissing Runga?
Yes.
Oh
And
yeah,
me,
that's a good one.
all of them.
All
He's
of
watched
them.
loads of videos. The ones where I was there with you, and Karuna was holding my feet, and
Yeah.
the puppy piles, and you hugging
Oh yeah.
Lolita.
It's his
All of
last,
the
the
pictures.
last ammunition he's got.
The fake bullets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fake bullets, man.
the
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
fetish.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an inspiring time when you look about it. good. We went over there. It was so. I mean, it was Krishna's mercy. We were all together and so ecstatic. I remember, Lalita was stumbling about drunk, like walking down the road drunk, all this. Yeah, I remember when Lolita was getting purified, and I was surprised too because we had such a great. I was looking spiritually at everything, but then her stuff started coming out at the time. But you came over, you didn't prepare me and prepare and all this, and you came over, and then everything got a mess, and you got that Govinda and Ranga, they're messy, and 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 then once it cleared, now see, now you can look at the picture was so, I mean, you look at that and it's well, you were a little messy and all that, but it's worth it. We had the whole gang there. It was great. It was, you know and what?
When I was, I don't
Oh,
like mess.
huh?
I don't like mess. If because I had PAs clearing the mess up here, and the mess that was going on when I was here, I didn't look at it. I chose
uh,
to just not look
oh
at
yeah, yeah. She also yeah,
not
yeah,
look at the mess,
yeah, yeah,
because it was really nice. It was beautiful. So
yeah,
having everybody here, I had an issue with the mess, but I didn't look at it. I
yeah,
wouldn't take it on board. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, I
It
kind
only came out when you were getting purified. All of a
of.
sudden, the mess was there. Oh, you guys a mess. I need a clean house, man.
I still want to clean Maharaj. I still like a clean house, but it's
Of course,
not.
we all do. I like a clean house too, but
Well, inside and out. Inside, absolutely, and outside as well. What is it? But it doesn't have to be done straight away and right away and da da da. I'm not so like that anymore. But yeah, a clean house. Oh my God! If you saw the caravan, oh my God! Sorry, Karuna, the
it's
caravan.
clean. No clean.
I don't even go in it. I can't even go in it and look at it.
He's probably depressed. Is he depressed still? Or?
Are you still depressed?
I'm depressed as in that shows.
Yeah, yeah, he's still in that place, but he's not so much. Even his blaspheming is funny. It's funny, but yes, so I understand the mess thing. My mother taught me, I don't know, it must be a program from my mom, because she kept the house so clean.
Yeah. Oh,
And cleaning for me,
He wasn't talking about you. He was talking about Lolita.
shut up, the little bit of cleaning that I do, I like it. It helps
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really
Yeah. Me
helps me. It
too.
keeps
Oh
me.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's
I,
all I'm gonna say.
yeah. I
Sorry,
also
Maharaj.
like a little cleaning is good too. I know that it's good. Little or a lot.
Mute
Depends
that.
on your teacher. Freddie, give us some more words.
Yeah, I also like a clean house if somebody cleans it for me. No, it's natural to become clean in this vibration. You don't have to do much effort. It's just always listening daily to this satsanga.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Lord Caitanya, he will do the weeding for us. It's a very natural process, but the weeding always hurts a little.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So when each time when Lord Caitanya pulls one of the weeds out, it's hurting for the false ego,
Yeah.
and that's what we experience all in this sangha. And of course, the more weeds that are there that have to be weeded, yeah, then of course it's very confrontation for the false ego. But once when it's out of you, then yeah, you become more relaxed and you just enjoy sadhu sangha. You
Yeah.
come here, you feel stoned, you become ecstatic. So it's
Yeah.
that's the higher program, but the clearing program, the cleansing part, it's not the nice part of this happening.
Yeah, and yeah, once you get through some of these preliminaries, then the cleaning is natural and easy. it's just ecstatic devotion awakens, and then you feel the cleansing. Just you feel clean from the intimate worship. What do you think?
And yeah,
Lalita, is that true? You feel clean from the intimate worship?
I don't think anymore, Guru Maharaj.
Good answer. Good answer. Yeah. Good answer. Yeah. That's another thing. You become really simple. Then it's just Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya. You meditate on the Lord and be happy. He appears. You just kind of walk around with God. You know. Yeah. Okay. So why don't we call it a time here and do our prescribed duties? I'm kind of need to move around a little bit. Maybe take a little nap. And thank you very much for coming, everybody.
thank you.